I am now ashamed to say that I am a journalist. That is my opening remarks. There are my colleagues in the media here.
I am ashamed now to say that I am a journalist. ഒരു മാധ്യമ പ്രവർത്തനാണ് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നതിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ലജ്ജിക്കുന്നു. ഈ പറഞ്ഞത് മുതിർന്ന മാധ്യമ പ്രവർത്തകനും CPIMന്റെ രാജ്യസഭ MPയുമായ ജോൺ ബ്രിട്ടാസാണ്. ജോൺ ബ്രിട്ടാസ് ഡൽഹിയിൽ നടത്തിയ ഒരു പ്രസംഗത്തിനിടെയാണ് ഈ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞത്. DMK നടത്തിയ ഒരു പരിപാടിക്കിടെ, DMK ഡൽഹിയിൽ ഒരു ആസ്ഥാനമുണ്ട്, അവിടെ നടത്തിയ ഒരു പരിപാടിക്കിടെയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ഈ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞത്. എല്ലാവരും മുന്നിൽ വെച്ച് ഒരുപാട് മുതിർന്ന ദേശീയ മാധ്യമ പ്രവർത്തകരെയും ദേശീയ രാഷ്ട്രീയ നേതാക്കളുടെ മുന്നിൽ വെച്ചാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ഈ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ലജ്ജിക്കുന്നതെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം പിന്നെ വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരും കാണേണ്ട ഒരു പ്രസംഗമാണ്. ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ദേശീയ സാഹചര്യത്തിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ കാണേണ്ട, പറയേണ്ട ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ജോൺ ബ്രിട്ടാസ് MP പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നമുക്കൊന്ന് കേൾക്കാം.
I am now ashamed to say that I am a journalist. That is my opening remarks. There are my colleagues in the media here. See, we all thought that the media would protect the democracy. Now, the media has completely caved in. Just because you introduced me as a media person, we believe that we have 4 pillars to this democracy: executive, legislative, judiciary, and media. Now I feel we have 1.5 pillars. Executive, the judiciary. We are not very sure it's a pillar or not. We all talk about the parliamentary democracy. The basic premise of the parliamentary democracy is that the executive should be accountable to the legislature. We have a prime minister who comes to the compound of the parliament, doesn't enter the parliament, pick up 3 or 4 media persons, address them, go away from the parliament. This is what is called the accountability of the executive to the legislature. We have reached that stage. And we believe in representative democracy. And we know what is a representation. 20 crore people do not have a representation in this government. I don't want to count about the representation of Muslims in government, parliament, bureaucracy, judiciary. And there is another myth that we have federalism. And we know what is the plight of federalism. Enlightened people have spoken about the delimitation that is like a Damocles wall that is hanging on us. The South India, with 18% population contributing 8% of the GDP. Now it is almost like a colony for the North India. Please, bear with me. I was a little afraid when Jairamji spoke about North India, 6 states. Then I confided with Manoja. Then he said, oh, more or less, I also agree with you. I don't want population to be the only criteria on which delimitation. So when we are keeping company with Manoja, he also has changed a lot. I feel so okay. So you know what is the myth of federalism and the scientific timber. I'm completely ashamed to step into the... Sir. As a member of parliament, I should have been excited to enter the new parliament building. But I don't even like to look at that building. Priyanka was saying that it is like a Lulu mall. Did you say that? No, I didn't say that. She was almost ready to go for shopping there. Then I told her it is a new parliament building. Otherwise she would have gone for buying some sarees, which regularly she buys. So I'm not excited to go to the new parliament building. And I'm sure that Jairamji, Shengoli is there. Now we'll have a Simhasan. We'll have palace clowns there now. We already have in the parliament, of course. We have a crown. We have a Jodish. And this is a country where the Prime Minister was outraged to see the president go for a function of a temple. The Prime Minister himself has become the head priest. Puja. Eh? So this is the plight of the nation. Many of my friends say that we have a constitution that will save the democracy. Absolutely wrong. Only democracy can save the constitution. That is the pertinent point on which we need to be convinced. So much have been talked about, delimitation, performance. I am coming from a state that is Kerala, bearing the brand of performing. We thought the myth is that perform and excel. Jairamji, you taught us as a minister, Kerala people should perform, control the population. Now what has happened now? Now you are just shying away from the reality. Whenever he sees me in the lobby, he just vanishes. Perform and perish. That is a reality. The resources to Kerala has come down drastically. Drastically. See the Finance Commission. Dr. Jayadi Ghosh is there. I am sure that she would be aware of that. So this is the plight of the country. Every time people from Delhi will come to Kerala and give sermons about investment friendly. Look at Gurgaon, Gurugram. 72% of the revenue of Haryana is being contributed by Gurugram. What Gurugram? I don't know. They changed the name of all these places all of a sudden. I don't know what is that. Now even the so-called people, the techies can't even come out of the houses. Nobody values the social capital. We South India, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, we produce so much of social capital. Is there a system in this country to evaluate the value of the social capital? No. So I feel that I don't want to take much of time. I promised Manojji that I would wind up in 5 minutes. I'm glad that there is a exchange of ideas that is happening here. I congratulate the DMK IT wing. And there are many more enlightened souls here. I mean, those people who are sitting in the audience should be much more eligible than me to address the audience. Kanimodiji, I acknowledge that. Let me just say that 224 is a deciding year. Do you want this country to be a democratic country? We have to decide. Thank you very much.